We have a very strong relationship. We've been together for 39 years. We've been married for 17. And never in our 39 years of history together, we've never had anything like this happen before.
In midsummer, Michael developed insomnia, which he had never had his whole life. He'd always been a great sleeper. And the insomnia led to this host of other symptoms.
Not sleeping for months on end can take its toll, and I was grappling with that.
And it just slowly broke him down. He doesn't remember the full act from when he got up from the chair next to me, he left the room, and then 5 minutes later, when I discovered him hanging from an extension cord around his neck.
And the next thing I knew, I woke up in ICU in the hospital. And then later, learning what had happened and transpired, I was really, really shocked. This isn't me, this isn't Michael. I never had thoughts like this before.
We're all susceptible to mental illness. It doesn't matter what your resources are or your support systems, anything can happen in life. Sometimes life is going great and something just throws you a curveball and everything changes. Then something like that can really put you over the top and you can end up in a crisis. So it can happen to anybody.
Michael was taken to a John Muir facility for that horrendous moment where we didn't know if he had spinal damage or brain damage because he was unconscious when the ambulance took him from the house. And I'm an optimist, I'm an eternal optimist, but I couldn't help but start feeling like, what is the future? Is my future without him? Is my future visiting him in some facility? I just didn't know.
Behavioral health is the most prevalent disability in the world. And we know that there is no health care without behavioral health.
One of the gifts that he's always had is the ability to appreciate. And he was robbed of that during this mental illness. He couldn't appreciate anything. It destroyed his personality for that time. When I looked in his face in those times where he was just in pure agony from the torment that he was creating in his own mind.
If anyone's struggling with depression or having thoughts about not wanting to live or feeling so overwhelmed and stressed and emotionally burdened to the point where you feel like you can't make it through another day.
If we're talking about behavioral health, we're not necessarily always talking about significant mental illness. We're not always talking about psychosis. Maybe we're talking about burnout on the job. We're talking about stressors, how to handle those better. Because we know when you're able to handle stress better, you're typically able to be more functional in other aspects of your life.
I would do anything to get Michael through this. Another one of his delusions was he was going to get taken away. He was going to get taken away from me, and I'd never see him again. He wouldn't see anybody again. We built this beautiful life together. We're reaching the point in our lives where it should all be, magnificent and wonderful and easy. But he couldn't. He couldn't enjoy anything because he wasn't right. He was sick.
John Muir Health is a gem in behavioral health throughout the state of California. Our commitment to acute psychiatry and outpatient care for the whole lifespan, pediatric, adolescents, adult, older adult, and addiction medicine, it's important to know that behavioral health treatment works.
You really do deserve a happy and fulfilling life, and we can help you get there.
We don't have very many variables in our lives, so for this new variable to have come in, it was a destroyer, it was a bulldozer through our life.
When patients first hear that they have a mental health diagnosis, that it scares them because they don't know what that means for them.
They're often terrified, highly anxious. A lot of times there's stigma behind mental illness, and people might envision things like the movies in Hollywood might portray of psychiatry asylums.
At first, I had this awful shame of that I shouldn't be in the hospital. They shouldn't be helping me because of what I had done on my own and tried to hurt myself. And they seem to look past that. They just were there to care for me and to make sure that I was getting better.
And then I really hear so many times from patients what a wonderful, peaceful, safe, calming experience John Muir Hospital has been for them.
Every shade of brighter hue, I see it all because of
There is a light at the end of this tunnel. He's not going to be stuck this way forever. He can be back.
Again, it's something that I've embraced as opposed to shunning away and saying, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm fine.
I see it all in color.
I do need that help, and I feel that there's someone there to help me.
I see it all in color.
We are very lucky John Muir and the board has committed to whole person care, integrating both physical and psychiatric medicine in our acute services that we provide.
But the fact that we exist means there's a significant need that the community has, and we need to be there to meet it. So anytime we can expand that idea, expand our services, expand treatment, we can help more people.
Mental health is not a business you go into to make money. It is something that is underfunded, and it's very expensive.
I know sometimes people ask, what can I do? Whatever is in your wheelhouse, is in your strength, is in your purview, just use what you have. When I am able to listen to a young person who is struggling, that's what I have to give. If I have money, let me give that. That's what I can give right now.
Life is full of color. Life is full of navigating challenging circumstances and exciting circumstances to achieve their hopes and dreams that are just vibrant and bright. And with the right treatment at the right time and early intervention, we know that we can give that to everybody.
See it all in color.
I did not think it was possible. I thought I was going to be stuck like this, and how am I going to get better? And it's just getting your life back, getting my life back.
My husband is one of the warmest, most grateful, happiest people in the world.
All in color.
And I'm so glad that he is that way again.